Leo ni siku ya Christmas na tunasherehekea. Na kila kitu ni leo.
Bora ni enjoy maisha ni mafupi.
Mazote, sisi na watoto ya Misri yanafanyishwa kazi mwaka mzima masaa 28 kwa nini? Kwa siku.
Uniandikie risiti nyingine kwa sababu ya hao wasanii wale ambao wamelala kwangu. Unajua nimemwambia wamelala kwa hoteli.
Hii ni aibu gani unaniaibisha? Hawa wasanii si wale nilikwambia uniletee.
Mama Kaira, lakini watu wanafurahia ni nini?
Mbona unataka kuharibu Christmas yangu?
Hata mimi nafanya sana.
Uniangalie kwanza, mimi ndo naingia.
Rodrigo came back here. Daddy saw him with Lucia. I think he hit him and they had to take him to the hospital in an ambulance.
Look, I know that what Rodrigo did to your daughter has no excuse and is unforgivable. But this is a lot worse, Alonso. You are going to convince your husband not to retaliate against Rodrigo or me, understand?
And what if I refuse?
Well then, Alonso will find out about your complicity with Nora. And not only that, I will accuse him of Rodrigo's attempted murder.
I didn't wake up. I got soul. Reggae music rocking my bones.
It's not enough time, right?
It's plenty of time. I am planning a wedding.
Finally.
I didn't want him to think we were using him.
We are using him.
That's how it works. He's Johnny Blake.
Sorry, this is Marigold.
Hello. I mean, hello or hi.
Hi-lo is it's fine.
Now you're toast.
You have no idea how grateful I am that you're paying for my wedding. But this isn't exactly what I was looking for. But the moment you start being charming, I'm leaving.
This is our first Christmas as a married couple. We're having family coming to visit.
Next Christmas, I suggest we add measuring the ceiling.
Surviving a new mother-in-law is every recent bride's rite of passage. All you've done is lose my luggage, mistakenly cancel my son's hotel reservation, and hit me in the head with a packed snowball.
Well, if you want to focus on the negative, that's one way to see our relationship.
I put Owen and the crew in our room, Mom's in the guest room.
My house is just getting a wee bit cramped.
Sherry, Steve.
Dad?
Go! It's a nightmare we're all experiencing wide awake.
You really want me to eat this?
It's really spicy. You told me to take it out of the oven, but I forgot.
Should I quickly build an extra room to the house, or you want me to grab some clean blankets for the air mattress?
Christmas Day!
Thanks, Mom.
A man's death has condemned them to live a rivalry because of their father.
He killed my brother. He stayed with his land and with his wife. Or did you forget how my brother Tulio Irazabal died?
I dare you to kiss me again.
What we feel is too strong to just let it go.
Your wife is cheating on you. Shut up. Who is your lover?
Tell me why last night you lied to your boyfriend, Amparo. Explain to me what you were doing outside our house, kissing the veterinarian.
I have fallen in love with another man.
3 love affairs that will be challenged. The 3 will manage to get ahead. Their magnificence, their passion and strength. Las Bandidas.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, dear viewers, and welcome to our Christmas edition of KBC's Lunchtime News. On this, the 25th of December 2023, I do hope you're enjoying the festivities, and thank you for making time to join us this lovely afternoon. Our reporters are stationed across the country to bring us up to speed with how various counties are celebrating the festivities. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. My sign language interpreter this afternoon is Lensa Odingo. And of course, we want to start here in the capital, where I do understand our reporter, that is Sarafina Robi, is currently at the Holy Family Basilica, joining the Christmas Mass that is currently undergoing in that particular church. If you can hear me, good afternoon to you, Sarafina, and good to see you. What can you tell us about the Mass that has been going on at the Holy Family Basilica?
A very good afternoon, Abdi. We're coming to you live from the Holy Family Basilica here in Nairobi, and as we're speaking right now, the Holy Mass is still ongoing. That started at around 11 a.m. in the morning, and presiding over the Mass is His Eminence, the Archbishop of Nairobi, Philip Anyolo, as well as other priests who are in attendance, just leading hundreds of Nairobians that are Christians that have showed up for this Christmas Mass that is ongoing. And we've been able to hear a very touching message from the Archbishop Philip Anyolo during the homily, whereby the homily was from the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1 up to 18, whereby it's basically speaking about the Word of God and about God being Word, just reminding Christians the importance of Christmas, and also reminding them that Christ, or Jesus Christ, is the Word. And even as they continue to celebrate, they should not forget to embrace the Word of God. Also key in the message or in the homily that the Archbishop spoke about was the need for sharing with others, especially the needy in the community, not to forget them, and also that the Archbishop encourage all those who will be traveling to ensure that they adhere to the laws of traveling, so that we can minimize on the accidents that are being experienced on the roads as people head to different destinations to celebrate Christmas. The Mass is still ongoing. We still expect to hear a lot from the Archbishop once the Mass is complete. As I'd said, hundreds of Christians have showed up. It's a nice mood. It's a celebratory mood that is here at the Holy Family Basilica, given that a Mass started to be celebrated at around very early in the morning from 6. We've seen so many Masses being celebrated, and right now this is the Mass that started at 11, and it's ongoing, and it will be ending by 1:30 thereabout. Therefore, we will be here to just get the message of the Archbishop once it's done with Mass, and also to interact with some of the Christians that have been able to attend the Mass, so that we can be able to get their message of Christmas. Back to you in studio, Abdi. Sarafina Robi.
Thank you so much. That is our reporter Sarafina Robi at the Holy Family Basilica for the Mass that started early morning and currently ongoing until 1:30. And of course, carried on by none other than His Eminence, the Archbishop, that is Philip Anyolo. Also, we do have our reporter Alvin Kaunda, who has been making spot checks across the capital to see how people are celebrating this festive season, and of course, amusement parks in various parts of the country. Alvin, I do understand you are currently at Uhuru Park. Good afternoon and good to see you. What are the activities ongoing there?
Thank you very much, Abdiaziz. I'm coming to you again live from Uhuru Park, and we have been here since morning, and at this time it's when Kenyans are coming in, because in the morning it still wasn't full, but right now the place it's beginning to load. As you can see behind me, Kenyans have flooded here in this place, trying to, or maybe celebrating their Christmas festivities. These are Kenyans who have decided to stay back in Nairobi County, and who have not traveled or outside Nairobi, maybe to up country. You see, just recently, the governor of the county, or maybe the county government of Nairobi, announced that this place, there will be free entry to Uhuru Park after Nairobi Festival, which just ended a week ago. And maybe I'll just have one Kenyan with me here who I'd like to ask a few questions. Shukran sana kwa kujiunga nasi. Ningependa kuuliza labda ujitambulishe na majina, na utueleze kwa nini siku hii ya Christmas umeamua kuisherehekea katika hapa Uhuru Park.
Kwa majina naitwa Edwin. Mimi ni mkaaji wa Nairobi. Na kuhusu hii Christmas ya hii mwaka tumeona yenyewe ni ngumu kulingana zile miaka zimepita hapo nyuma. Hata last year tulikuwa tusafiri tuende Mombasa, tuende wapi, lakini kwa sasa hivi tumeona imekuwa ngumu zaidi. Kulingana pia na gharama ya maisha pia. I think ndio inachangia vitu kama hizo kukosa kulia.
Now, thank you very much. Abdiaziz, you've heard from one Kenyan who we've just interviewed and said still talking about the economy in the country, saying the economy is still, they're still facing hard times despite celebrating Christmas here in Kenya. But again, we're still waiting for people to come in, but we'll be keeping you updated as day goes by, because like I mentioned, people are still coming in, and there's also been a very tight security that we've witnessed here. We've seen the Kenya police, also the county government, and also from the KDF also here trying to make sure that security is in check, and all people that are attending or maybe coming to visiting this place are all safe. Not much going on again apart from that, Abdiaziz, but I'll keep you updated again once more, and I'll take it back to you in studio.
So that is Alvin Kaunda currently at Uhuru Park, and of course you can see Kenyans are still trickling in, celebrating in their own way. Those who did not travel up country taking the opportunity to take their kids and their loved ones to that particular auspicious and rejuvenated park itself. You've just had a status update from the Holy Family Basilica, and here a status update in the capital. Now I want to take you to the Lakeside City, where I do understand our reporter, that is Wycliffe, is currently joining us this lovely afternoon. Wycliffe, good afternoon. If you can hear me, what are the festivities that are ongoing in Kisumu County?
Well, thank you so much, Abdiaziz, Hashim, back in Nairobi. Like you've mentioned it, we are coming to you live from the Lakeside City of Kisumu on this important day for the calendar of Christians, and you can basically witness from the background here, the locals here jamming to the local tunes here, the different genres of music that actually characterize the Lakeside community, that is Ohangla. And that is happening just moments after the Kisumu Central Member of Parliament, Dr. Joshua Ron, has just held a luncheon for the street families right here within the city center. It is Christmas Day, and definitely, Hashim, everyone deserves to celebrate, everyone deserves to enjoy. But you see, the street families, they do not really have a place actually to call home, and therefore it is through the MP for Kisumu Central actually that these people have gotten the opportunity to celebrate this important day here. They've just been treated to a luncheon here, a buffet with different kind of dishes just right here within the city center. It is quite amazing that these people, they have eaten to the brim, such that there is still leftovers here, and you can see behind me here, they're just seated down. That means they've eaten to the brim, and of course they really they've enjoyed the moment, and of course that actually is to bring up the spirit of Christmas, the spirit to share with the less fortunate, and that's exactly what the Kisumu Member of Parliament, Dr. Joshua Ron, has done here. Actually, this was preceded by the last night's activities that were initiated by the management of the Kisumu City Board, under the leadership of the Kisumu City Manager, where they lit the Governor's Xmas tree and of course launched a street festival. That is an annual event that happens right here within the city center to inculcate the spirit of sharing with the less fortunate. Well, this is something that is panning out through the day, and of course we'll keep in tabs and we'll get to update our viewers later on. Back to you, Abdiaziz.
Thank you so much. That is our reporter Wycliffe giving us a status update of how the Lakeside City is looking. And of course, don't forget to enjoy yourself as well, Wycliffe, given that it is a luncheon that has been prepared there by none other than the legislator of that particular area. We've just seen an array of events from here, the capital and the Lakeside City. From wherever you're joining us from, tell us how you're celebrating this festive season at Abdiaziz Hashim at KBC Channel 1 on all social media platforms. Now, in other news, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has called on Kenyans to share with the less fortunate in the society during this festive season. Speaking when he hosted over 1,000 neighbors at his rural home in Mathira, Nyeri County on Sunday, the DP also called on Kenyans to maintain peace, cohesion and security during the festive season. The DP was accompanied by his spouse, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi.
Thousands of residents within Nyeri County flocked the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's rural home in Mathira on Sunday in an event hosted by the Deputy President. Here, the DP, accompanied by his spouse, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, honored the residents with Christmas gifts ahead of the celebrations today. The residents received foodstuffs among other donations. It is here that the DP urged Kenyans to show love by sharing with the less fortunate in the society as they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ.
Tunataka kuuliza Wakenya wote wapendane. Na wakati huu wa Krismasi, wakati wa Krismasi ni wakati wa heri njema ya watu kupendana. Na ndio nimeita majirani wangu hapa tuweze kukula pamoja, tuweze kupata ile kidogo Mwenyezi Mungu ametupatia. Ndio pia hao waweze kusherehekea Krismasi. Sisi katika taifa tunataka kuuliza amani na upendo. Tunataka kuuliza Wakenya wote wapendane. Na wakati huu wa Krismasi, wakati wa Krismasi ni wakati wa heri njema.
The DP, who also called for peace, cohesion and security as celebrations gear up, reminded parents to be wise in spending money during the festivities ahead of January school calendar.
Wasimalize pesa yote wakati ya Krismasi, wakumbuke ya kwamba January ni mwaka ya kulipa school fees. Kwa hivyo ile pesa wako nayo wakule kidogo kidogo, wakichunga ile ingine kwa sababu ya kurudisha watoto shule. Mimi nataka kuchukua nafasi hii kuwatakia Wakenya wote na hasa watu wetu hapa nyumbani Krismasi njema yenye fanaka na mwaka mpya wa 2024 wakuwe na baraka ya Mwenyezi Mungu.
The residents expressed their joy for the Christmas gift.
14 minutes past the hour. Don't go too far. We're taking a short commercial break. We have more news for you on the other side of the break.
How are you, Kenyans? My name is John Jacob Curieth. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I bring you the 9 p.m. news on Wednesdays and Sundays. I also serve in the police quarters. I want to wish you the very best. Be careful on the roads. Make merry but carefully. God bless.
Akona ka forehead. Akona the mark of quality.
Ameke rough denel mshetani over.
Nataka kumaliza mambo hiyo wedding.
Kwanza kiukia kitu kia Beatrix. Rosifon. Umenimaliza kama chai kwa kikombe. Mezi zote zimebaki December, September, October.
Wanaona, anoma hizo wala.
Ni kama tu nikuje nikwambie uko na kichwa kubwa. Sasa makosa si
au sio? Ndio manake. Okay.
Every Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on KBC Channel 1.
In a world filled with uncertainty, there is one thing we can always count on: the power of compassion and generosity. Every day, families in Kenya face unimaginable challenges and hardships. They struggle to put food on the table, provide shelter for their loved ones, and access basic health care. But today, you have the power to make a difference. By just contributing 1 shilling and 50 cents from your airtime, your generosity can provide access to sanitary pads, nutritious food, clean water, education, and life-saving medical care to those who need it most. To support this cause, please tune in to your favorite radio station under the KBC umbrella for step-by-step instructions on how to subscribe. KBC Helping Hands. Together, we can make a difference and bring hope to those in need.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Let's head over to the Ukambani region where Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti is urging Kenyans to remember and help the vulnerable members of the society as they celebrate the festive season. In a Christmas message to Kenyans, the governor called on Kenyans to spend time and share with the less fortunate in the society.
Huu ni wakati wa Krismasi, wakati wa marafiki na familia kusherekea pamoja. Pia ni wakati wa kukumbuka ile siku Yesu Kristo mwana wa Mungu alipozaliwa. Wakati huu tukisherekea Krismasi, tuwakumbuke pia wale hawajiwezi. Either tuwakaribishe manyumbani mwetu ama twende mahali wako tuweze kuwapatia Christmas njema. Ninawaombea muwe na Christmas njema pia na mwaka mpya wenye fanaka. Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki.
Still on the same, Westlands Member of Parliament Tim Wanyonyi is calling on Kenyans to exercise caution on the roads during the festivities. Wanyonyi spoke during a donation exercise where over 300 elderly people drawn from all 5 wards of the constituency benefited. The beneficiaries lauded the helping hand from the legislator, terming it a much-needed reprieve in the spirit of this year's festivities.
January it will be coming and our children will go back to school. So please go and celebrate and come back when you are safe and well.
Tumepata chakula ya Christmas kutoka kwa mheshimiwa wetu Tim Wanyonyi na tumefurahi Christmas itakuwa nzuri.
Naona Christmas itakuwa sawa. Na Christmas mimi naona itakuwa nzuri. Na tutakula, mheshimiwa amekufanyia msaada mzuri.
Napata Christmas nafurahi. Kwa Christmas nafurahi sana.
Elsewhere, the Principal Secretary of the State Department for Social Protection and Senior Citizen Affairs, Joseph Montari, has reassured the newly registered elderly individuals that they will begin receiving the monthly stipends from March next year. He was speaking in Chinato and Ntimaru areas of Kuria East Migori County when he oversaw the distribution of food items to the elderly and less fortunate individuals for Christmas celebrations, where nearly 1,200 households benefited. He said that the integrating these individuals into the government database will take some time.
And it's good to mention that these people here now are vulnerable. All the persons in this country are very happy because, as you know, our president, Daktari William Samoei Ruto, has been on it that we have to be paying these people every month and before we pay our salaries. So we have been doing that. We no longer have any arrears on the cash transfers, and we've been paying on a monthly basis.
And on the political front, a section of Kenya Kwanza MPs have dismissed Jubilee Party's threats to impeach the president, terming it an exercise in futility. Led by Kiharu Member of Parliament Didi Nyoro, the leaders maintained that the impeachment motion against President William Ruto set to be tabled before the National Assembly once it resumed was baseless and lacked merits. Speaking in Bujeru and ACIA at Runyenje's constituency, Nyoro stated that the tabling of the impeachment motion by the party will be in vain because the party lacks numbers in the assembly. Nyoro further appealed to the public to exercise patience with Kenya Kwanza government to deliver on its promises.
Sawa, hakuna shida, lakini iko taratibu ya hiyo maneno Kenya. Na ukileta pale bunge, hiyo chama ya kitambo hiyo, mnaielewa. Hiyo chama, hata pale bunge, hata yule alikuwa kinara wao amehama. Sasa wanaleta impeachment, watailetea wapi? Kwa sababu lazima ipitie bunge. Na wauliza, hii sarakasi yote sio mzuri. Wote tuombe nchi yetu, tuombee rais wetu, because I know for sure and I can promise Kenyans, kwa ile mikakati yote tumeweka, Kenya is going to be an economic giant.
Ile kazi ambayo Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto anafanya kwa sasa, anasunguka dunia mzima akiomba msaada. Angekuwa akifanya hivyo kama uchumi ya Kenya haikualipiwa.
On the international front, at least 70 people have been killed in Al-Maghazi refugee camp in Gaza in the recent Israel airstrike on Sunday. According to Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry, the death toll is likely to rise given that the large number of families living in the area. The Israeli military has, however, said it is looking into the reports of the alleged strike.
Earlier on Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the ongoing war had come at a very high price for his country, with the Israeli military confirming that more than a dozen soldiers had been killed in Gaza since Friday, bringing the death toll for the ground offensive to 156 since the inception of the war on 7th October. On the other hand, the health ministry in Hamas claims that 70 people were killed on Sunday in the Al-Ghamzi refugee camp in the recent Israeli airstrike, which accounts to more than 20,000 people killed, mostly children and women, with 54,000 injured in Gaza since the war started. Dozens of those injured were rushed from Al-Ghamzi to Alaska Hospital, with footage showing some children's faces covered in blood. The Israeli military has, however, said it has received reports of the incident at Maghazi camp and is looking into the strike. Doreen Arange for Lunchtime News.
And welcome to the world of sports. The government has emphasized on the need to support talent and skills in sports. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has affirmed government's commitment to support the youth, nurture and grow their talents across the country. He also highlighted the benefits of monetizing talent as a means of empowering the youth, job creation and contributing to the economic growth. Mudavadi was speaking when he presided over the second edition of the Elijah Lidonde Super Cup at the Buhungu Stadium in Kakamega County. This year's final pitted Kakamega Homeboys against AFC Leopards in the Christmas Eve Ingo Derby.
Mwaka ujao kuna Olympics kule France na pia kuna All Africa Games katika Accra, na hii itakuwa nafasi nzuri sana ya vijana wetu ambao ni wamefuzu kuingia kwa zile tournament kutupatia heshima na sifa katika hizo tournaments.
Elsewhere, Rigoma FC are the winners of Nyamira Super 8 tournament after seeing off Getacho FC 1-0 in a closely contested final played at Ikonge Township grounds. The winners walked away with a trophy and a cash prize of Kenya shillings 50,000.
Was scored by Nathan Mayani as Rigona FC won the Super 8 tournament sponsored by Extreme Sport Limited in collaboration with Nyamira FKF branch. The winner walked away with a trophy and a cash prize of 50,000 shillings.
People are so happy, people are feeling the extravaganza, and we promised them that this is just the beginning. We'll have a series of these events going forward, at least to have these every annually. We'll be having the Nyamira Super 8 tournament.
First runners-up, Getacho FC, were awarded 30,000 shillings, while the second runners-up, Ikonge Township FC, pocketed 20,000 shillings.
When we engage these guys, this young generation in the field, it's one way of remedying the challenge of drugs. And for those players who use drugs, I don't think whether we sensitize them on how to go about it.
Ikonge Township FC defeated Katakata FC 3-2 through post-match penalties in the third-place playoff match. The top teams also received football balls and uniforms from the sponsor Extreme Sports Limited. 38 teams from Nyamira County took part of the tournament.
The FKF Premier League fixtures will resume early next year with 4 rounds of 17 matches on card. Second place Posta Rangers will welcome defending champions Gor Mahia at Kasarani Stadium, while Bandari will host Nzoia Sugar at Mbaraki Stadium.
John Kamau charges Posta Rangers will face league leaders Gor Mahia in one of the opening fixtures scheduled for January 6th next year. Posta Rangers, who are second on the log, 5 points behind league leaders Gor Mahia, have lost 3 matches and won 8 from 16 outings. Wow! On the other hand, Jonathan McKinstry Chargers have 34 points and are unbeaten with 9 wins and 7 draws. In other matches, 6th placed Bandari will host Nzoia Sugars, who are at the bottom of the FKF Premier League table. Nairobi City Stars will lock horns with Talanta FC, while Shaban FC, who are at the relegation zone, will face an uphill task when they face Muhoroni Youths at Raila Odinga Homa Bay Stadium. King Orimonki for Lunchtime News.
That is all we had for you on the sports front, but the English Premier League fixtures continues during this week. Now, before we go, entertainment joints made a kill during Christmas Eve in the capital and its environs after receiving an overwhelming number of customers who flocked to their premises to usher in Christmas in a style. Now, the proprietors said they received a huge number of revelers this year compared to last year. They attributed the surge to harsh economic times that deterred many Kenyans from traveling up country and restored to celebrating in Nairobi.
It was pomp and color in different clubs in the capital, with revelers ushering in Christmas in style.
Bar owners made a boom after receiving a huge number of customers. Kentwood Address Bar and Restaurant General Manager Elizabeth Mukaya revealed that despite the high cost of living, there was a large number this year compared to last year.
Christmas this year has been great, honestly. The turn-up has been better than last year. Because I was here last year, turn-up wasn't as high as this year.
Kentwood is like the latest place on Kiambu Road. That's why I chose to come here to celebrate my Christmas Eve. And I'm happy that I'm here with my friends. Because, I mean, if you don't celebrate with your friends, then what's Christmas about if you don't have your friends with you?
She attributed the increase to harsh economic times that led many Kenyans shelve traveling plans to the upcountry.
I feel it's one of the things that it's contributing to even more people being around the city than going back home. Because I think also the economy has been tough on everyone. Everyone can feel it. And that you can see even in the turnout in the clubs. See, more people around, meaning less people went to travel.
I've decided to come to Kentwood. Actually, I didn't decide. Mimi nilikuwa napita tu. And I saw lights from afar. Nilikuwa naenda Ocha. Sasa hii ni stopover. Hii ndo Nakuru tunashuka kususua hapa.
Models and musicians were not left either, as they made moves and dances that left revelers in awe.
Na napenda kuona watu wakifurahi. That's why hiyo ndio furaha yangu. Watu wakifurahi ndio furaha yangu kama mwanamuziki.
I think it's a festive season. Mtu ajiachilie kidogo for like 2 minutes. Alafu 2024 we focus again,
It's not about drinking or anything, just feel the Christmas.
However, Kenyans have been urged to celebrate responsibly this festive season and be mindful of the huge responsibilities that are with them in January next year.
Hata wakati tunasherehekea, tukumbuke mwaka ujao. Tukumbuke tuko na watoto tunapeleka shule. Tukumbuke tuko na majukumu ya nyumba. Kwa hivyo tukunywe tukijua tuweke kitu kidogo ya next year.
As we are celebrating Christmas, we as the security department, we remain focused and vigilant. At this time is peak season, and we're expecting so many people, so many guests coming in every day.
Timothy Kipnoso for Lunchtime News.
And indeed, that is the story by Timothy Kapnus. It concludes our coverage this lovely afternoon. But of those comments that have been made there by the revelers who are being entertained there, you need to remember that schools reopen on January 8th as Form 1s are expected on the 15th of January 2024. That concludes our coverage this lovely afternoon. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. My co-anchor is Lensa Odingo. Do enjoy your day and of course enjoy responsibly.
Christmas, Brooke is getting everything she ever wanted.
We decided to double your salary and promote you to vice president.
But there's a catch.
Roger Buquette. If Roger were to get married, he'd have his citizenship and you, young lady, would have your promotion.
Will you marry me?
You betcha. You may kiss the bride. That's okay.
I'm good.
Can they fool everyone?
Surprise! This is my husband.
Roger.
It's a real life Prince Charming. I made a deal where my job is safe for now.
Atta girl.
Or are they fooling themselves?
Merry Christmas! I have never met anyone quite like her.
When are you going to take a chance? Roger!
Get ready for the captivating return of the FKF Premier League, exclusively on KBC. Brace yourself for the thrill of football as 18 teams battle it out for glory. Every week, KBC brings you not one, but two heart-pounding matches, delivering the best football action right to your living room. The stakes are high.